Hey everybody, welcome back to the woodshop. My name is Rick. This weekend in the woodshop, we're going to talk dust collection. So this is my tried and true 10-gallon, 3.5 horse shop vac. I've had it forever. Still works really good for light cleanup jobs and stuff like that. And then I was able to get a hold of the Bauer Harbor Freight Cyclone separator for a 5-gallon bucket, and I've been using that in my shop for quite some time, and it works okay. As you can see, it doesn't have a lot of great suction power. It took a couple extra seconds to clean up this small pile of sawdust, but it works okay. But I think we can make it better. Number one, it's a little floppy, right? The 5-gallon bucket lid doesn't hold the Cyclone as rigidly as one would hope. And then also, because it's so tippy up here at the top, the 5-gallon bucket, when it's empty, it doesn't have enough mass to keep it, to keep it upright, and the bucket keep wanting to fall over and, all that good stuff. So what I'd like to do is make a bigger container for my sawdust. Number one, less often to clean up, right? But make a bigger container for my sawdust, get this to be a little bit more rigid, and when we went home to get our planer and our bandsaw, link for that video will be down in the description below, my mom gave me a much better shop vac. It was one that my dad had. She didn't use it anymore, so she gave it to me, and I think it's going to work a lot better. So with those things in mind, let's see if we can make this a better setup. Here we go. I'm going to use a 30-gallon yard waste can for my dust receptacle. Here I am finding the center of a piece of 3/4 inch MDF that I'll be using for the lid of the receptacle. We're using the drill and a 1/4 inch bit to mark the center, and then our trim router and our circle jig to cut out the lid. I have a circle jig for the bandsaw, but in this case it was easier to use the trim router first, then take it over to the bandsaw to finish cutting it out. After that, it was off to the router table with a flush trim bit to finish smoothing out the lid. Now it's time to lay out for the Cyclone. The opening gets cut out with a 3.5 inch hole saw. Then, at the table saw, I cut a piece of 1/2 inch plywood that will eventually become my mounting bracket. Again, the 3.5 inch hole saw proves to be handy. You just got to be careful with the 3.5 inch hole saw. I'm pretty sure I heard my workbench screaming at me the whole time I was drilling this hole. Ouch. Back at the bandsaw again to cut out the bracket so it can be slipped around the base of the Cyclone. Did you know that we have a Patreon page? No? If you like the content and would like to help support the channel, then please visit our page at patreon.com/weekendwoodshop. The link will be in the description below, and see if you'd like to help support the channel. After cutting out the bracket, it was time to drill out for the mounting hardware, but the hardware that came with the Cyclone was a little too short, so I had to get some longer number 10 bolts. After that, easy peasy to mount the Cyclone to the new lid. Here I'm applying some foam weather stripping. This will act as a seal between the lid and the dust receptacle. You know me, I'm a fan of Harbor Freight stuff, so I went shopping there, found some 2-inch C-clamps to hold down the lid. I'd like to use more of a latch style clamp, but really didn't find anything that I liked. If you know of something that would work well, please leave the information down in the comments below and I'll check it out. Well folks, there it is. We have a much better base over here, much more solid. The Cyclone sits firmly on top. Everything is super good. Better suction on this shop vac than we had on the previous one. Lower horsepower, which is kind of surprising, but all in all, it's a much better unit. And as you can see from the, we get much better suction out of this. So all in all, I'm happy. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. If you think I've earned it, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as well so that you don't miss any future videos. But that's going to do it for today. So thanks for watching.